U.S. National Championships this week, and the junior collegiate team you'll be speaking with us about today. I know the junior team will be skating up in the senior division. Obviously, that's a good experience for them. Just talk to me about the thought process behind that.
Sure. Yeah, so the junior team is competing in the senior division this year, and it's been a challenge for them because they have 2 lifts instead of just 1 like the previous years in the senior division. But it's been great experience for them, and they've really done really well in the division. They've succeeded in a lot of the events, particularly at mids.
This is for the collegiate team. It's kind of their season finale. All the work they put in all year getting ready for this.
Yeah, the collegiate team, this is their last shot to give it everything they've got, and that is what we've been fighting for. We've been working on their grit and working on fighting for every moment. That was our goal for mids, and now they get another shot to do that, so that's what we're focusing on.
With the U.S. National Championships, having been there before yourself, are there any extra nerves involved, or is it pretty much the same for you guys?
Yeah, sometimes it's the same, sometimes it's extra. I think for some, because it's the last one, that can calm their nerves and just enjoy the event. And for some, it is the peak of their season, and so they want to give it their best shot. So a little bit of both, I think.
I know I always ask you kind of what you guys are working on this week, and it seems to get more and more detailed as the season goes on. Just what's the focus been this week?
This week has all been about consistency, where whatever you do in the sections, you do in the full run-through. Whatever we do at practice, you do at performance. This past weekend, junior and collegiate skated in the hockey games, and so it was a great opportunity for them to perform in front of a crowd. And so that was our goal, to do exactly what we did at practice and do it in front of a crowd.
All right, U.S. National Championships this weekend. It's kind of the culmination of the whole season's work you guys have put in. Just talk to me a little bit about what that's been like and what the journey's been like getting here.
Yeah, the journey has been really great. This year is our first year competing in the senior division, so for most of us, this will be our first senior nationals, which is a really big deal and very exciting for all of us. We've had a lot of really great practices. They've been pretty hard, but really productive, and we're very proud of how far we've come, so we're really excited to show what we've got, and yeah.
You talked about getting in the senior division. Just talk to me about going forward and, next season, what that kind of does for you guys.
Yeah, it's definitely very encouraging that the coaches felt like this year they could, really step it up with us and move us up into the senior division. So it's really exciting, especially for the program, too, to keep pushing boundaries and challenging everyone. So it's been a really great experience, and we're happy to take on the challenge this year.
Are there any extra nerves involved in going to the U.S. National Championships? Because it's kind of like a one-shot deal for you guys. How do you kind of manage that?
Actually, I can't say that we're very nervous. I think that we just feel like we have nothing to lose, and we're looking forward to, maybe exceeding expectations. This is, like I said, our first season in senior, so we have just been, trying our best and didn't have, necessarily any, major expectations, I guess. We're just trying to see how far we can go, really just keep pushing boundaries, and, yeah.
Overall, the program's been really successful at the U.S. Nationals the last several years. Just talk to me about how much that experience helps you guys. I know with the coaches having been there themselves before, what kind of confidence that gives you guys going in?
Yeah, it's really an honor to represent Miami, and it's well known, obviously, throughout the entire country. And so just having that name on our backs is incredible and something that a lot of people have been dreaming about for their entire lives. And it's a great honor, so it's very just humbling to be part of the program, and we're all very excited to represent Miami.
So both of you guys are on the collegiate team. I know it's kind of tough when you've only got one shot going into the weekend, kind of one performance. Just talk to me about what the whole season and kind of the whole work to get up to this point.
Yeah, we've been really focusing on perfecting each element, each shape, really going at it every practice, giving 100% each time, because we know that we only have one shot, and that's how we try to come into every practice, one shot, one program. Just give it all you got, 100% all the time.
I know Coach always talks about, just trying to have your best skate, but kind of the last one of the season here, is it you kind of go in a little more results-based, you're really trying to place it in a certain spot, or is it just go out and have a great skate?
I think we're most concerned about just doing this for ourselves and having the most fun you can have with it. Yes, obviously the results are in the back of our heads, but we really try to focus on doing this as a team and skating for each other rather than focusing on an outcome that we may not be able to control.
You guys have kind of worked all season to kind of get to this point. I know it's not quite the end. You guys want to get to Worlds, but just talked about kind of the journey you guys have taken and kind of the growth you guys have had throughout the year.
Well, we started in early August this year, and so that's also a longer season for us. And coming off 2 international competitions, we've been working really hard, and we're really excited to go to Chicago because there are a lot of skaters who that's their hometown, so we will have a lot of fans, and we're really excited to have a great performance.
I know Carla typically talks about just trying to have your best skate, but obviously with the Worlds on the line, you guys want top 2. Is it a little more results-based than it normally is?
No, I think the team is really focused on doing our personal best because that's all you can control, and especially in figure skating when there's some more subjective opinions, you can really only focus on what you can do.
And I know you guys are always I always ask, what are you guys working on now? And I imagine it gets more and more details as the season goes on. What are you guys working on specifically this week getting ready?
So our coach just talked to us about this. Like, all our fundamentals are there. We're hitting each element the way that we want to each time. It's just a matter of detail and the finishing touch at this point.
All right, Coach, U.S. National Championships coming up this week. It's kind of the culmination of all the work you guys have put in all year, obviously with the caveat that you want to get to Worlds after this. But kind of just talked about the journey and the growth you've seen in the girls this year.
Yeah, absolutely. The season is long, but it's definitely exciting. And this is that kind of, last inning sort of deal before, the big show. And so we're making that final push in training. But, they've been really staying true to themselves. They've been very committed, very focused through their practices. So we've had some really strong ones going into the event. So our momentum is building as we go through the week. So I'm excited to see where they finish out on Saturday.
You always say you're just trying to focus on getting your best skate. Obviously, you want a top 2 finish at the same time. Does the mindset change, or are you just trying to go out and do the best you can with that particular program?
Obviously, going into a competition, everybody goes in wanting to win, but ultimately we don't have control over those sorts of things. We don't have control over first place, 5th place, 10th place, whatever it is. So for us, it's more about staying true to ourselves, going out and doing what we came to do and putting out 2 really great programs, skating and leaving nothing left to question, leaving everything on the ice with no regrets. And then from there, the rest is the rest. But, no matter what, if we've done our job, we can go home happy.
Does that mindset kind of help you guys curtail any sort of nerves and kind of stay in the moment?
Yeah, I think the more you can stay focused on yourself, the more you're going to be in control of what you're doing. When you start to think about things you can't control and other distractions and different things like that, you'll drive yourself crazy, and it's completely unproductive. So we really try to keep it just on ourselves, and we can't control what other people do, we can't control what other people think, but we can control how we do what we do and what we think about it, and be strong and true to ourselves.
I know I always ask you, what are you guys working on now? And it seems to get more and more detailed as time goes on, because they know it. It's obviously in the back of their head, but it's just those nitty-gritty things. What's going on this week?
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of details, a lot of shapes, a lot of video to clean things up, kind of making that final push, and really aiming for consistency and strength going through each program.
And you guys have had a lot of success at this event in the last few years. I don't know if you could put one thing on it, but just what has it been for you guys? What have you been able to replicate each year to try to go in this thing and have a good skate?
We build our season somewhat around this competition to make sure that this is where we're at our best, and this is where we have, I guess you could say, the cliche peak performance. But that's what we train for, is for this. And every step we take along the way is a building block for this. All the highs, all the lows, all the lessons, all the successes really help us focus in to be where we want to be at this event.